Hey everyone! So today I'm going to show you how to make this little candy charm. It's something easy and fast, something that I was able to create while I'm still recuperating from my surgery. And I will be back probably next week. I do have some designs for you. They're ready to go. So today I'm going to show you how to make this. I will be making this exact one in my tutorial today. So I'll be using these colors. So pick the colors that you would like. For this, you're going to use about 121 bands for the main color and 62 bands for your contrast color inside. If you are going to use one solid color, you're going to need about 184 total bands. I will be using my hook to crochet. I will be starting off with a chain, and I will be using my loom. You do not have to use the loom. I just find that it's faster. So it's up to you. I'll also be using a C-clip for my stitch marker, and I'll be using some stuffing to fill. You can get away with using a cotton ball inside. It works just as well. So I'm going to get started, and I do hope you like. Round one of the candy, I'm actually going to start here. So what this is I'm going to start off by using a chain. So we're going to do a single chain. I'm going to use my loom for that part, and I'm going to use 9 bands. My first band, I'm going to go down the loom. Doesn't matter where you go. We're just going to do a single chain and go down 8 times, and our last band is going to be a cap band. So 2, 3, just a single band. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now with our last band, what we're going to do is cap the end, and we're just going to go around twice. So 2 times, 1 and 2. Now with your hook, we're going to start to loop up. I'm going to reach in, moving this cap band out of the way, and grab my bottom band. I'm going to hold down the cap band because it is loose and just loom forward. All the way to the top, and then we're just going to remove it off the loom. So with your hook, reach in and slowly take it off. So you should have a chain. What I'm going to do now is just put it on my hook. The other end where your cap band is, so that it's nice and even, not twisted, and it should look like this. For round 2, I'm just going to fix this band. I'm going to be using 11 bands, and we are just going to be going around in a single crochet in each chain. So with our first band, what we're going to do is bring it through the bands that are on our hook, slide through, grab the end, and do a slip knot. Now I'm going to go in this first chain, right where we're not supposed to. I'm going to go through that chain, grabbing the top 2 loops here, and I'm going to bring a band through that chain on my hook and slide. That's what we'll be doing all the way around. So going in your next chain, bring a band through on your hook and slide. Now you want to be careful that you're not twisting, otherwise it's just not going to work. So you want it nice, going all the way around this chain, grabbing the top chain. So don't rush it. If you rush, you're just going to be grabbing the wrong loops and twisting. Next chain, bring a band through on your hook and slide. This is just the hardest part, is starting the chain off. So very carefully, you just want to make sure that it's not twisting, and you're good to go. The next chain, bringing a band through, you're going to see another chain here. And now you want to go where you started. So this tiny little chain here. Go through and bring your band through. On your hook and slide. Oops, haha, unraveled. I was going to try to show you what it looks like. And this is what it looks like so far. For round 3, I'm just going to do a single crochet all the way around in each chain with 10 bands. So at the end, you will have 10 stitches, and right now you should have 10 stitches. I will be attaching a stitch marker now at this point, so you can attach it to the band that's around your hook, and I'm going to continue with my blue color. So I'm going to go in my first chain, so not where it's getting pulled and not this little slip knot. You're going to go in the actual big chain here. You're going to put your hook through and bring a band through. On your hook, you have the 3 loops and you want to just slide. Going in the next chain with 1 band, bring it through, and just continue all the way around. Next chain. Next. It's a little bit small and it's kind of hard to hold, but once you get this part, you're good. And my second last chain. And now where my stitch marker is, I'm going to bring my last band through. Slide. So you should have 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is on your hook. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band. Round 4, I'm going to continue with my blue color, and I'm going to use 5 bands. I'm going to make this round smaller because we have to close off the candy part here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take every 1 and 2 stitches and stitch them together. So I'm going to decrease 1 and 2 together, 1 and 2 together, 1 and 2 together, and you're just going to repeat this 5 times. So going in my first chain, not where it's getting pulled, grabbing chain 1, you want to turn your hook inside towards the middle here and grab stitch 2 and bring a band through each of the chains here by just twisting your hook and grab the other end and slide. Repeat, grab chain 1, chain 2, and stitch together. By just turning your hook, I'm going to move the candy wrapper part to the center of that band just to relieve some tension. And again, repeat 1 and 2 together. It's small. I want to make sure you see. Repeat 1 and 2 together. Sliding through both of the chains, on your hook, and slide. Now my last 2 chains again, 1 and 2 together. So now you should have 5 stitches. So you're going to open it up. You can put your finger through and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is on your hook. Remove your stitch marker, attach it to the band. Round 5, this is where I'm going to change color, so I'm going to be using the white color bands. I am going to increase on every stitch. So every stitch going around your 5 stitches, I'm going to be adding 2 bands, one at a time. Because I'm changing color, I'm going to start off with a slip stitch, same thing as a slip knot. So it's an easy way to work if you put your finger through and you're going to go through the first chain, not where it's getting pulled, and you're going to bring one band through all of the loops that are on your hook. And that's how you start off with a slip stitch and slide. Go back in that same chain and add your second band and slide. The next chain, 2 bands, one at a time. Back in. Your next chain with 2 bands, one at a time. Dropped it. Back in that same chain. And now I'm at the last chain, 2 bands, one at a time. So you should have 10 stitches going around. You don't want to count this little slip knot here. You're going to start with your first chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the one on your hook is 10. Remove your stitch marker, add it to the band around your hook. Round 6 of the candy, I'm going to be switching color to my blue, and I'm just going to add 1 band to each chain around. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way. So you're going to be using 10 bands. I'm going to go in my first chain, not where it's getting pulled, not this little slip knot. If you did change color before, I'm going to go in my first chain and bring 1 band through. I'm going to change the color, so I'm going to start off with a slip stitch. So I'm going to bring my band through all of the loops that are around my hook, grab the end, and slide. Your next chain with 1. Bring it through, just crochet normally. Your next chain with 1, all the way around. So you should have 10 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. And you can just move your bands around, loosen up some of the tension. Round 7 of the candy, I'm going to be changing color, so I'm going to start off with a slip stitch. I'm going to increase this round, so I'm going to end up with 15 stitches, so I'm using 15 rubber bands. The pattern is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. You're going to repeat this 5 times. So I'm going to go in my first chain, not where it's getting pulled, not this little slip knot. You will see this if only you changed color. Going in my first chain, and I'm going to bring 1 band through all of the loops and grab the other end and slide. My next chain, I'm going to add 2 rubber bands, 1 at a time. Back in. And slide. Repeat this pattern, 1, the next chain with 2. Back in. And again, 1 in the next, 2 in the next. Continue the pattern. Again, one more time. And my last chain, where my stitch marker is, I'm going to be adding 2 rubber bands. And you should have 15 stitches. You don't count where your little slip knot is. Remove your stitch marker and add it to the band around your hook. Round 8 of the candy, I'm going to be changing color again, and we are going to increase on every 3rd stitch. So at the end of round 8, you will have 20 stitches. So the pattern is going to be 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, all the way around. When you get to your stitch marker, you'll be adding 2 rubber bands. So going in my first chain, not where the little slip knot is, I'm going to bring 1 band through, changing color, so I'm going to bring it through all of the loops and do a slip stitch. Same as a slip knot. Next chain with 1. So you're repeating the same pattern 5 times. 2, back in, and repeat. 1, 1 in the next, and 2 in the 3rd. Back in. So just repeat this pattern all the way around. 1, 1, 2. So you should have 20 stitches. Don't count your little slip knot if you changed color. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band going around your hook. You can loosen up the tension here. For round 9, I'm going to be changing color to my white, and I'm going to start off with a slip stitch. I'm going to be going around with 1 band in each chain. So we're just going to single crochet in each chain around. 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way. We're going to be using 20 bands. So at the end of round 9, you're going to have 20 stitches. Going in my first chain, I'm going to do a slip stitch, bring it through all the bands on my hook, grab the end and slide. My next chain with 1. 1 in the next. So just add 1 band to each chain around. My last chain. So you should have 20 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. So I'm going to go on my first chain, not my slip knot, and add 1 band. Changing color, so I'm going to slide it through all of the bands on my hook, grab the end and slide. Chain 2 with 1. Now take chain 3 and chain 4 and stitch together. Slide the candy to the center of that band, grab the end and slide, and just repeat the pattern. 1, 1 in the next, 3 and 4 together, 1, 1, 3 and 4 together. Repeat this pattern 2 more times. One, 1. My last 2 is 3 and 4 together. So you should have 15 stitches now. Remove your stitch marker, attach it to the band around your hook. For round 11, I'm going to be changing color to white, and we're going to make this round smaller again. So the pattern is 1, 2, and 3 together, 1, 2, and 3 together. You're going to repeat this pattern 5 times. At the end of round 11, you're going to have 10 stitches. So going in my first chain, I'm going to bring my white band through all of the loops on my hook, grab the end, and slide. Now take chains 2 and chains 3 and stitch together. Repeat 1, 2, and 3 together. Repeat 1, 2, and 3 together. And again. One, and the last 2 together. 1 and 2. Should have 10 stitches. You can remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. For round 12, I'm going to be changing color, and we're just going to do single crochet. So we're just going to be adding 1 band to each chain around. At the end of this round, you're going to have 10 stitches. So grabbing my first band, bring it through all of the loops, and slide. My next chain with 1. At the end of this, we are going to be adding the stuffing. Drop my stitches. I'm just going to remove my stitch marker, put it down for a second, and I'm just going to move my band here in the center of this hook and grab some stuffing and fill. You don't need a lot, not because it's small, you just don't want it coming through the bands and showing, but you do want a nice full circle. So now I'm just going to move my band back and attach my stitch marker. For round 13, we're going to decrease. So the pattern is going to be 1 and 2 together, 1 and 2 together. Repeat this 5 times. So I'm going to be using 5 bands. I'm going to be changing color. So the first one is going to be a little bit tricky because you're going to have to go through chains 1 and chains 2. Grab your band and you want to bring it through all of the loops that are on your hook. So 1, 2, and 3. Grab the end and tie off. Now repeat chains 1 and chains 2 together. If I didn't say, you're going to have 5 chains at the end of this round. 1 and 2 together. You can see I'm pushing the candy to the center of this band to relieve some tension. 1 and 2 together. 1 and 2, 2 together. So you should have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is on your hook. Remove. For round 14, we are going to increase on every stitch. So we are going to be adding 2 bands to each chain around. You're going to repeat this 5 times, and at the end of round 14, you're going to have 10 stitches. So take your time. I'm going to go in my first chain, and I'm going to add 2 rubber bands one at a time. Slip stitch, changing color, and side. You want to go back in that same chain and add your second band. Your next chain, 2 bands, back in, your next chain with 2, back in, I'm going to repeat that. My next, back in, and the last chain. Open it up. You should have 10 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band around your hook. Round 15, you're just going to single crochet in each chain around. So you're going to use 10 bands and you're going to add 1 band to each chain. So going in my first, I'm using the blue color and side. You should have 10 stitches. Remove your stitch marker and attach it to the band. Round 16, we're just going to go around. This will be our last time. So we're going to be adding 1 band to each chain around. You're going to be using 10 bands, and at the end of this round, we're going to have 10 stitches. Your last band, you want to do a slip knot to tie it closed. So going in my first chain with 1. My next chain, 1. So just adding 1 band to each chain around. And the last band, slip knot, bring it through all of the bands on your hook and tie it off. Remove your stitch marker and you can just open up these bands, and then I'm going to show you how to do the little bows. So I've already done one bow. It's very simple. I'm going to use 2 white and 2 blue. What I'm going to do is take 1 white, then 1 blue, and then 1 white. So 3 bands. And I'm just going to use 2 pegs. I'm just using the bottom part of my loom, just because I find it a little bit easier. Now I'm going to take the blue color with my hook. I'm just going to go underneath, grab the band, and grab the end, and I'm going to do a slip knot. I'm going to hold on to this band, and with my hook I'm just going to remove one end of the bow here and the other end, just because I find it doesn't twist as much, and I'm just going to give it a tug. And if you have to, just fix it up a bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it around. Just going to open it up. Now I'm going to give it a twist back and go around. And I just went kind of in front here or behind the little bow. And it's done. You can just take this slip knot and just give it a little twist. You could hide it under one of the little knots in your crochet inside. And it's done. I hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. I have a few designs that I will be doing soon. I hope you liked this little easy one. And please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now.